Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Book and BuJo. Thank you so much for joining me for a weekly update, an unboxing, and a library haul. Quick update for my February TBR. I have now completed my February TBR and it is February 28th. So I still have basically today and tomorrow left to read whatever I want to read, or maybe get a tiny little jump start on a couple of the books that I know are going to take me a long time, like Middlemarch, which is 912-page classic book, and a couple of the physical reads I have that they're not necessarily hard to read, but reading physical books always takes me just a little bit longer than ebooks or audiobooks. Then I was showing my husband my reading journal, and he was like, oh, what are all those empty squares for? And I'm like, empty squares? And I realized on my TBR, I never put in the dice rolls for each of my books that I chose. So I now have those in there, and that is now done instead of empty boxes. Another update is I found another readathon for March that I want to take part in, and it is the Library of Dragons. Now the one for March is just a side quest, and the side quests are optional, and I believe it was in November of 2023, which I don't know how I never heard about it because Library of Dragons sounds right up my alley as a readathon. But I had not heard about it, and that is put together by Books to Ashes, and I will leave her channel linked below as well as the announcement videos. You can join anytime, so you can backlog the different chapters and the side quests. So I took a look at the chapter 1, which is the first readathon that was in November, and I was actually able to fit all of my February reads into that readathon, so that was great. So I got that one all completed, and then the side quest starts in March, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to fit all of the books I already have in March between the readathons and my TBR into that readathon. It's pretty cool. It's loosely based off of Dungeons and Dragons, so you get to pick your character and your strengths, your weaknesses, your weapons, like all of that stuff, and then you also get to pick your dragon and what your dragon is going to be like. So the chapter 1 is all about picking out your dragon and like naming your character and some of that kind of thing. And then the side quest is just kind of a bonding time between you and your dragon, and there's 4 mandatory prompts and then 1 optional prompt that you can do for those. And you can double up, so if you have one book that fits all 5 prompts, then that works. If you have 2 books between the 5 prompts, that works too. If you read 5 different books, that works. However you want to do it. But I will leave her channel linked below if you want to check out the Library of Dragons readathon. That is all the updates I have for my reading journal and any other further reading updates in general, except for one more. Back in 2023, I read Shield Maiden Under the Howling Moon by Melanie Carsack, and I also read the prequel novella, which was Under the Strawberry Moon, and I loved both of them. I joined her email list, and one of her emails talked about her upcoming book, Heart of Valkyrie, and it's going to be the first book in the Vinland to Valhalla saga, and she was requesting ARC readers. I was like, oh, this would be so much fun, because I really loved the Norse mythology aspect of the book, and this one will have that as well. So I went ahead and signed up, and have kind of forgot about it because it was a little while ago. Well, I got an email this morning that said that I had been accepted as one of our ARC readers, and I got the book this afternoon, and I can't wait to start. I'm going to start reading that one today. It doesn't have the cover on the ARC, it's just a PDF ARC, but super excited. That's going to be my goal, is to finish that in the next couple of days, because Heart of a Valkyrie comes out on March 5th, and you'd be able to get that anywhere you would get any of your regular ebooks from. And so I want to make sure I have my review ready to go so I can have that posted as soon as the book comes out. So I'm super excited. This is only the second ARC I've ever gotten. The first one was Blood Over Bright Haven by Emma Wong, and I loved that one. That was one of my favorite books last year. And then this one for this year. So I'm super excited, and I will keep you posted on my thoughts. Also in 2023, early 2023 or late 2022. I'm pretty sure it was 2023. Now I don't remember. Regardless of when it was, I had joined a Kickstarter campaign for an anthology of short stories about assassins. And one of my favorite authors, Emma Wong, as you can see, she has a short story in there, and I was looking at the different authors that are in there, and there's a lot of my favorites in there, so I'm like, it might be worth it to get this one. So I joined the campaign, and it came in this week. I'm so excited. So it's another one sponsored by Wraithmark, and the box has a bunch of really cool artwork on it. And then, of course, the Mother of Learning, because they also did the Mother of Learning, which typically is right there, but it's on my TBR cart right now because that's one of my books for March to read. And we will get to the rest of my TBR cart here in just a minute. All right. I have not looked in here. Ooh, that one's pretty too. Haven't looked in here yet, but it's typical. All you see is that. This one, there wasn't a whole lot of fancy frills or anything like that to it. It was pretty much, let's just get this book. I was a little sad though because we didn't reach the stretch goal of getting the black sprayed edges on it, because that would have been amazing. But I am looking into a tutorial on how to do it myself. See if I am brave enough to do that or not. But we did get some bookmarks. So we have the MB bookmark, the Merrick Brown Bookshop. We have the website down below there. That one's kind of fun. And then we have, so we did get a beautiful foil. Oh, that's super shiny. There we go. Beautiful foil bookmark for the book. There we go. Oh, it's in a plastic covering as well to keep it dust free, which is kind of nice. But the book is When Swords Fall Silent. So we have Michael J. Sullivan. I think most everybody knows who that is. The latest book of his I read was Age of Myth, which was great. We have Marie Brennan, who does the Memoirs of Lady Trent series, which is on my list to read this year as well. Andrew Rowe, David Dalglish, R.J. Barker, Jonathan French, Peter Flannery, Bryce O'Connor, Luke Chmalenko, Emma Wong, Philip C. Quantrell, another great author, J. Andrews, J. Boyce, and Terry Mancour. So a lot of great authors contributed to this book, and the spine is also beautiful. We have the great swords on the back. So we didn't get the black sprayed edges, which would have been beautiful, but you don't need them. They're not necessary. Let's get this plastic off so we can look at the inside. All right, so without the plastic on there, there's all the authors again. Ooh, right. Okay, so let's do the naked hardcover. We've got the spine as well. Nothing on the back. Then we have some beautiful artwork in here. Oh my gosh, that red moon. That is so stunning. Out the end papers at the back. Oh, interesting. Also stunning. And then in the back here, there's actually a handful of lined pages in case you want to take notes on any of the short stories. That's kind of fun. And then there's also pages on each of the authors, a fun picture from, I guess, what their main character may be, and then just a little bit about each of the authors. Yeah, well, meet the authors. What else do we have? There's definitely looks like there's artwork throughout here. That's beautiful. Oh, nice. There's also a little table of contents, so if you want to jump to a particular author and read their story, you can do that. Of course, it starts off with Michael J. Sullivan. Beautiful. Love it. So I think the start of each chapter has a picture. Let me see if I'm right or not. Oh, I am. Here's Emma Wong's. I don't know if you can hear that or not. They're doing tree trimming around all of the electrical poles and wires and everything in the area, and they keep going up and down our side road. Here's another one. Yeah, I think that's great. So the start of each story has some artwork for that story. Beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to get into this book. So excited, and it's going to be great up here on my shelves as well. Help me kind of fill out my shelves a little bit. So I'm very excited for that. And the bookmark is beautiful. Are there any Kickstarter campaigns that you've participated in recently, and are there any upcoming that you think I should know about? I would love to hear about those, so leave those down in the comments for me as well. What else do I have for you? So I do have some upcoming orders that should be coming in. I know one of them they're prepping, and two actually. I have a Kickstarter that was delayed a little bit in printing and is now going to be on its way soon, and so that one's coming up. And then I had a Fairy Loot order that I placed that I can't wait till that comes in, and I did get a notice or an email that said it should be shipping soon. And then I have probably 4 other Kickstarters that I backed that will be coming between now and January 2024, I believe, or January of 2025. So I'm super excited about getting all of those. Okay, now let's get into my library haul, because it's a big one. So basically it's all of, I filled up my TBR cart, which sits over here. Usually you can't see it off camera, but you get a little bit of it here. The 2 that I do own is Mother Learning and Of Blood and Fire that I will be reading this month. And we'll see if I can get these all stacked in my lap so I can actually pick them up afterwards. We'll see. See if I'm strong enough to hold all of them. Let's give it a try. So big books first, or like tall books first. So we'll start with this one from the library, and that's The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. This is the 2nd book in the Winter Night trilogy. I do own The Bear and the Nightingale, which is the 1st book, on my Kindle, but I have not read the 2nd book yet. I got that one. I got Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte, and this is one of my book club books. Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa, and this is the group book for the Spring Into Reading Readathon with Completely Melanie. Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan for my TBR. We have The Winter House Mysteries by Ben Gooderson, and this is the 3rd and final book in the Winter House trilogy, which the first 2 books were adorable, super fun. And then we have the last 3, which are little ones. We have Artemis Fowl, which is for the Irish Readathon to read a children's book by an Irish author. And the children's book includes children's, middle grade, and YA, and this one's a middle grade book. I also got Middlemarch by George Eliot. And originally I was on the wait list for 7 of 11. Somehow either people canceled their holds or they read really fast, but I got The Rachel Incident yesterday by Carolyn O'Donoghue, and I can't wait to start this one. So as soon as I'm done with my arc, this will be the next book I start. The last 2 books I got from my library are both for Around the Disc in 800 with literary diversions, and that is Night Watch, book 29 in the Discworld series, and The Wee Free Men, book 30 in the Discworld series. I'm very excited to get to all of these. And Kindle books on top. The bottom 2 books I own, the rest are from the library. Let's see if I can get them all in frame or not. Oh, there we go. Not counting a couple of audiobooks and all the Kindle books I have on top there, this is my TBR for March. Overall, February was a great reading month. I found some really good reads, had a couple but that's all right. You never know until you try a book if you're gonna like it or not. How did your February go? Were you able to get to all the books you wanted to? What are your reading plans for March? Love to find out. Have you read any of these books? Do you think I'm gonna like them? Did you like them? I hope somebody liked them. They all seem pretty good. I'm excited about them. If I have time, I would love to start When Swords Fall Silent, but we'll see what happens because I do have a lot more books on my TBR than just these. And if you made it this far in the video, please leave a sword emoji in the comments in honor of the When Swords Fall Silent anthology, which I can't wait to read, and such a beautiful edition with great artwork on the inside. So if you find it, definitely pick it up. It's going to be worth the read, I think. And until next time, keep reading. Bye.